Madame Broussard, you come in, please. Oh, do sit down, won't you? I'm afraid that I didn't pick a very good time to ask you to come here.
Oh, I don't imagine you knew in advance there'd be a raid.
No. If British intelligence doesn't know everything.
Please, Major.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's my husband.
So the Shermans do have him?
Yes, but they are willing to sell him back to us.
What do they want?
You, I'm afraid. Oh, it's out of the question. Of course, we can't exchange a life for a life, no matter how important your husband is to the Allies. But there is one consolation. Now at least we know that he's still alive.
Major, when do they want to make this exchange?
Tonight.
How? Where?
We don't quite know yet. They're to let us know later.
Tonight. I'll be ready.
I'm afraid that we can't countenance any such act on your part like this.
But you haven't offered any alternative. So I presume there isn't any.
Madam, would it be too presumptuous of me to ask why General Kleiner is so anxious to get you back to France?
Yes, Major. It would be.
Time, 1942. The place, the North Atlantic. It is the most deadly battleground of World War II. Convoys of huge, slow-moving merchant ships manned by civilians and loaded with vitally needed supplies and personnel crossed these treacherous waters. Hitler knew he would lose the war if he didn't stop the convoys. He threw everything he had against them. More than 5,000 ships were lost. But the convoys fought through.
Was a message from Gibraltar. The pilot and boarding officer should be here in about a half an hour.
About time. It's not the bluebird of happiness up there.
Anyone we know, Captain?
German scout. He's out of reach of our guns.
Rest assured he'll be back with all his chums. Your port entrance instructions.
Thank you.
Gibraltar is such a convenient target for them.
I want that cargo offloaded in a hurry. Those merchant ships are sitting ducks.
Maybe that's the port director's idea.
Takes the heat off our boys for a day or two.
Approaching on port beam. Commence firing when in range.
Captain. You hurt? Captain? Ben? Stevedores are wounded on the docks, 6 killed, 2 of our crewmen killed, 2 merchant ships damaged, quite a lot of cargo loss.
All right, Steve, give me an inventory of the damaged cargo.
It's in the works.
Good. Steve? Ben?
Well, Commander?
How's it going?
a meeting this morning with the port director. I'd like him to clear us for an early departure. Will you come along with me?
We're not even unloaded yet.
How soon? Depends on how soon the Germans come back, how hard they hit us. Very soon and very hard. You can bet on it. So I want the convoy out of here as soon as possible.
Dan, handle it without me.
Sure, Ben. Where are you going?
Oh, I've got some other business ashore. Gets on now.
Senor.
Oh, come off it. You remember me. Ben Foster.
Ah. El Capitan Norteamericano.
See.
It's been such a long time, amigo.
You know, it seems to me the last time I was in Gibraltar, you were in a different business. Selling seamen's papers stolen from American crewmen.
Recovering, senor.
Oh.
Well, there is a difference.
I'm looking for Katie Fowler. Where is she?
Fowler? I'm not acquainted with this lady, senor.
You were with her this morning, during the air raid. I saw you.
Well, I'm sorry, mi Capitan. Everyone makes mistakes. Even me. Upstairs.
Come in.
Hello, Katie.
Hi, sailor.
Oh, it's a nice room you got here.
You know, Katie, always the best. Sorry about this morning. I was in a hurry. Besides, I kind of thought you'd be turning up.
Like a bad penny. Don't they ever quit? Katie, what in blazes are you doing in Gibraltar? In this dump?
I don't suppose you believe me if I told you it was a cook's tour.
That's not funny, not after all this time. Not after me calling and writing and looking up any stranger that somehow managed to get out of occupied France. And sometimes I heard rumors. Nothing sure. You were in a concentration camp. You were in the resistance. You were in England. You were dead. Katie. Let's get you out of here. was at sea. 3 days out of Boston when I got word that we were in the war, and I realized that you were trapped in France. Well, I nearly drove everyone in Washington crazy trying to get word of you.
Maybe that's why they made you a convoy commodore.
To get rid of me? Probably true. Couldn't you get any word out at all?
Ben, let's get out of here.
Where to?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care anywhere. Let's take a walk.
I got 1,000 questions to ask you.
I know. But not now. Right now, I want to walk in the sunlight with you. I want to breathe fresh air. Take me to see your ship, Ben. Tomorrow I'll answer questions.
Aren't you the young lady who always said that tomorrow is for other people?
Please.
You win.
Beautiful.
Just a ship.
You know you don't mean that.
I guess she'll do.
He.
Now, all ships are female. You know that.
I don't know any such thing. This ship is a he. He's proud and commanding. He has a wrinkled brow and he frowns a lot. I was just thinking of your last ship. Remember that funny little French gangplank? Do you know it had exactly 25 steps from the pier to the deck?
I never counted.
I did, every time I went aboard.
I wish you'd climbed those 25 steps. Left Marseille with me the way we'd originally planned.
I've thought of that so many times. Wondered how different my life might have been. Well, Captain, aren't you going to ask me aboard?
If you like.
I insist. I want to see it all from stem to stern.
Excuse me, I understood this was Captain Morris's office.
It is.
Rise here, Commander. You'd be Commander Talbot. How do you do? Please forgive our informality, Commander. It seems I simply closed my eyes to risk them, and in any event, half the blame goes to the Major here. It was his sparkling conversation that put me off. Well, what can I do for you?
You can help me get out of your port as soon as possible.
I'm already working on that as a matter of course, Commander.
I didn't mean to insinuate that you weren't, sir. But I have an intelligence report that says German submarines from the north are moving into these waters.
Yes, I've seen the report also.
Could be they're trying to intercept my convoy. If so, leaving Gibraltar even a day ahead of schedule could make a big difference.
Well, how can I help?
You can double the longshoremen assigned to offload our ships. You can work round the clock if necessary.
I understand your regard for the safety of those vessels, Commander, but...
Captain, we have steamed 15 days to Gibraltar. We were under air and submarine attack 9 of those days. I lost 2 ships and had 1 damaged. At this moment, I have 4 destroyers, with anti-aircraft crews still at their battle stations. It's not a fun war for any of us, Captain.
Well, I'll do what I can, Commander. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Major.
Oh, forgive me. Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye.
Bad news?
Yes, of a sort. He was right about one thing. Isn't a fun war for any of us, is it?
Anything I can do?
As a matter of fact, you can. I need a motor launch for this evening. Can you arrange that?
Yes, I think so.
Here we are, right back where we started. We are, aren't we? Right back where we started from.
I don't know. Where we left off. Waiter, 2 cups of coffee about that table, please. Anyone you know?
Only slightly.
Gaetano. Katie, how'd you ever get mixed up with him?
That's a long story, Ben.
And that isn't an answer.
I know.
Why all this cat and mouse stuff? Don't you realize how curious I am, all the things I want to know?
The only fond memories I have of France, Marseille and Paris, are linked with you. I just want to remember those now.
All right. Fine. Then let's talk about when you're going to leave.
Leave?
With me. Back to the States with the convoy. Well, that is if you're free to leave.
Why shouldn't I be?
Well, you'd have to tell me that. Katie, you're an American citizen. If you don't have a passport, we can make arrangements, but... well, if there's some other trouble.
Ben, look.
Is there any trouble?
Why do you think that?
You? The way you've been behaving. Katie, I just have a feeling that there's something wrong, and if there is, I want to help.
There's nothing wrong.
Why won't you come home with me?
It's not all simple as that.
Why?
Where was it? Paris.
The American bar.
Yes. No. That was the left bank, I'm sure. He was such a handsome man.
And fresh.
He only asked me to dance.
Inside the bar. But remember what happened when we left.
My hero.
How about it, Katie? Come home with me.
Academic question.
Sure.
Suppose I said no.
Then I'd want to know why.
I'll require your very finest accommodations.
And you shall have them. Waiter! Your best wine!
Now this is...
Soy!
I don't think she's told him yet. She's a brave woman, Major. But What's this, guitar compassion from you?
Why, she's also a foolish one.
That's better. I really don't think she's told him yet. Of course, that's her privilege, but it does seem a pity, because maybe he might have been able to help.
Well, he could also get in our way. You really think these Germans will live up to their end of the bargain, Measure?
What difference does it make to you? You're going to get paid either way, aren't you? Now's the time.
Here's to us.
Excuse me for butting in. How nice to see you again.
Captain Foster, Major
Breath Whitaker.
Oh, will you join us, Major?
No, I'm afraid I have to be off, but I did want to say goodbye before I left.
Goodbye, Major.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Oh, no.
Oh, why don't you?
Oh, you put him up to this.
Ah, word of honor, believe me.
Oh,
Ella, come on, come on. Well, you were great. Like old times.
like old times.
Except that it isn't. There was a time you would have told me about it.
What?
Whatever it is that's bothering you.
All right. It's really nothing very mysterious. I have a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get you something?
No. But if you don't mind, Ben, I'd like to rest for a while.
Well, of course. And I have to go back to the ship. Dinner tonight?
Yes.
7:30?
Yes.
Have a date.
Oh, Ben. Today was a good day.
And tomorrow will be better. And the day after.
Remember me. No tomorrows or yesterdays. Only today. Today was a good day, Ben. Bye.
7:30. For the wine. Katie! Have you seen Miss Fowler? The senorita, remember?
Si, senor. But I'm afraid she left only a moment ago with Gitano.
Left? Well, where'd she go, do you know?
No sé, senor. I'm sorry.
Oh, miss, I'm Captain Foster, and I'm looking for Major... Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's perfectly all right. No, it's all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, Captain Foster. I had no idea that I'd see you again so soon. Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Cigarette, perhaps? Tell me now, what can I do for you, Captain?
You can help me find Katie Fowler. She's disappeared.
But surely we both saw her less than an hour ago.
That's right, and now she's gone.
Well, that doesn't mean that she's missing, you know. And even if it did, have you been to the police?
No.
Then why me?
A lot of reasons, Major. But if you want a capsule version, call it a hunch. Major, she's working for you, isn't she?
Oh, I'm afraid that's classified information.
Major, I'd like to remind you that I have a security clearance that is probably as high, if not higher, than yours. And if I have to go over your head...
Love. You know, I sometimes wonder, Captain, which is crueler, love or war? Do you happen to know Marcel Broussard?
The collaborator.
So the Germans thought too, but in point of fact, he was a French resistance leader. Now, they were about to catch on to him when he fled the country. He was making his way into Gibraltar when some German agents captured him in Spain. Now, they're willing to sell him back to us. And Katie Fowler is the one that's effecting that transfer.
Just Katie?
And Gitano.
And that's all?
Well, I'm afraid that's the way it had to be.
Why, Major? Why is that the way it had to be?
Well, because simply the Germans outsmarted us. They set up the meeting for Spanish waters, and Spain happens to be neutral.
So you send a woman and a mercenary out on a job that should have been handled by a gunboat?
I had no choice.
Tell that to your conscience, Major, not to me.
This is not an altruistic war, Captain. We take our advantages where we can find them, and whether you like to hear this or not, that woman and that mercenary are expendable, but Broussard is not. He has information that's invaluable to us.
Then why would the Nazis give him up?
I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's a sham, a hoax. But I couldn't afford to take that chance.
I don't see where you're taking any chance at all, Major. The only people I see taking a chance are Katie and Gitano.
I resent that, Captain. I didn't send her out on this job. As a matter of fact, I couldn't have stopped her even if I wanted to.
I'll believe that when I hear it from her.
All right. Why don't you go to her and ask her? If you can help, well, so much the better. Evelyn, have my car sent around, would you please? And tell the driver to bring Captain Foster to Hawkins Landing. Thank you.
There's more, isn't there, Major? There's something you're not telling me.
The driver knows where to bring him.
Thanks.
Oh, Captain, do you like your job? How lucky for you.
What are you doing here?
Turning up like a bad penny.
Perth Whittaker.
That's right, Perth Whittaker. Why don't you tell me about Marcel Broussard?
It's none of your business.
Well, I'm making it my business. I want to know about Broussard, and I want to hear it from you.
He saved my life more than once. He's important to me. Please, Ben, don't interfere.
Okay. Cast up.
Ben, you don't know what you're doing.
told you once before, if you're in trouble, I'd want to help. Right now, I tell you I had plenty of trouble. More mines in these waters than fish. See that light?
Last time you took me sailing, it was summer.
Yeah, the boat capsized.
Inferior seamanship.
Huh? I was distracted. You could distract the ancient mariner. All right, now. Some straight answers. No evasions and no putting off until tomorrow. How'd you get mixed up in this?
It may surprise you, but in Paris, I worked with the French resistance. When the Nazis started closing in on me, it was Marcel who smuggled me across the border into Spain. Neutral Spain. Marcel made it into Spain, too, but the Germans captured him. It's because of Marcel that I'm alive today. Do you understand how I feel?
I think so.
Ben. If anything should go wrong tonight, I mean, if anything should happen to either one of us, I want you to know that today, the short time we've had together, it's been good. Does that make any sense at all to you?
That makes sense.
Did you tell him?
No.
I like him. He has a right to know.
It's better this way.
Go home.
Catano, what are you doing here anyway?
I will tell you something, mi Capitan. I sometimes ask myself that same question. I say, Gitano, what are you doing here? You know what the answer is? I don't know. I know. But I don't know.
You're getting paid.
How much can they pay a man to trust the Nazis? How much can they pay me if I don't come back? See, that is the trouble here. There are too many unknowns.
For instance?
Well, for instance, how do we know that the Nazis will come? If they do come, we don't know if they will bring her husband. If they do bring him.
Her husband?
You didn't know? My apologies, amigo.
Stay sharp, Catano. You'll hear him before you see him. I want to know more about Broussard?
There's nothing more to tell, really.
I find that hard to believe.
He's a resistance leader, valuable to our side. I owe him something. You said you understood.
And I do. But still, you must have had some personal relationship with the man. I mean, working with him so closely for so long.
He saved my life.
So you'll risk yours.
Gladly.
And Gitano's.
Gitano's being well paid.
And mine? You must love your husband very much.
Gitano?
It was an accident.
I don't believe that. And you, playing 20 questions, cat and mouse.
You're angry. You're actually angry because I found out you were playing me for a
You
sucker.
could have said something. You didn't have to ask leading questions.
I was trying to give you a chance to tell me first. Was it that easy for you to fall in love again after I left?
There was a general, an SS general, Hans Kleiner. He took a liking to me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to tell you how easy it was for me to fall in love again. I went to Marcel for help. The next day he married me. Because Marcel was important to the Nazis, or so they thought. I was safe. Was that so wrong with me?
No.
Kleiner was furious. She doesn't like being thwarted. Talk about owing Marcel my life. I owe that man my life, my dignity, my sanity. I think my soul.
Hey, Capitan. I hear that.
All right, Gitano.
Wait a minute, Ben. There's something else I have to say before they get here. Something you have to hear and believe. Marcel Broussard is one of the kindest, gentlest, finest human beings I've ever known. But if we were married 1,000,000 years, 100,000,000 years, we could never have what you and I found together in 2 short months in Marseille.
Amigo.
Do you believe me? Do you believe me, Ben?
Why didn't you tell me you were married?
I saw no point in it. To hurt you for no purpose.
Is that all?
Ben, they're getting closer.
What is it? You're still holding something back. What?
Ben, please let
Now,
me
listen
go.
to me. Twice today, I got the feeling they were trying to tell me goodbye.
Oh, my husband's coming back. I'm
All right, why is he coming back? I was told that we were going to make a trade. What are we giving them in exchange?
Please, Ben, let me
Now,
go.
tell me, what are we giving them in exchange? Is that him?
I don't know.
silent.
Don't let her go.
What?
Fire, schneller, schneller!
Copy that.
Guitar, no.
Copy that.
Till the next time.
Till the next time.
Hi, sailor.
How's Marcel?
A little better. He sends his regards and his thanks to you. It'll be years before we know if he'll ever walk again. He's going to need me now.
Of course. And besides, you love him. May not be our kind of love, but it's there and it's good for you, both of you. Good luck, Katie. Mr. Kirkland.
Sir.
Let's get underway.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Katie.
This is John Gavin. Join me as the Kingston Trio guest stars along with Edward Mulhare in the next episode of Convoy.
One more time!
This is the captain speaking. We are en route with the destroyer 111 to intercept the German heavy cruiser Lufthansa. The lives of the men in the convoy and perhaps the entire concept of war in the North Atlantic could depend on the success of our mission.
The enemy convoys will not be stopped by submarines alone. It will take the full use of the combined fleet to do it.
But headquarters does not...
Headquarters does not know what it is talking about. If we lose the battle of the convoys, we will lose the war.
Captain von Krug is a sick man. He is neither physically nor mentally fit to command. If you certify to that effect, I am within my rights in taking over command of this ship.
Tell the engine room, give me more time!